You're now listening to the Garage Guys Fantasy Sports Podcast.
Garage fam, welcome back to another edition of Garage Guys NASCAR Podcast. That's right, Garage Talk is not happening right now. I'm coming to you live. Whenever you're listening to this, it's live right now. So one could say we're always live, which we pretty much always are. But I'm in the studio. It's a little different than it used to be. Me and my homie Jordan been getting down in this room with the content creation, as some may call it. I'm doing the podcasting, and he's got some cool music stuff going on. So that is why you see all this styrofoam padding behind the typical posters that you'll see. Never really talked about these posters much. Obviously, everybody knows that's a little peep, and that's Fight Club. And above there is Brad Pitt's head, but you just see Edward Norton right there with the Winston hanging out of his mouth. No bull. No pun intended. Also got Macho Man Randy Savage with us, and got my cool Hooters sweatshirt on. Shout out to Hooters, by the way. Official sponsor of Garage Guys NASCAR Podcast, Garage Talk, what have you. Right now, if you get over to Hooters and you go to hooterstogo.com, or you download the Hooters app, you can use promo code Garage Guys. You're going to save $10 on any order, $30 or more when you order to go from one of those two places. Now, there is a kicker, okay? It's valid at participating locations for delivery and carry-out orders only, but you probably have that memorized just as well as I do by now. So use promo code Garage Guys, save $10 on any order, $30 or more at Hooters. Go do that. Lot to unpack in this episode. Obviously, I'm by myself. Dale is last week he was preparing for racing. This week he's helping Santa with the motor. I guess he's getting ready to get out there, and he's trying to soup it up. Going to be doing a little tandem drafting with the reindeer. He's bringing it back, running it back. Nextel series. He's bringing Nextel back. JK, I don't know, but we will be back together on shows soon. It's just the holidays. A lot is everywhere, all over the place. The schedules are all screwed up. I've literally been going from house to house, and I don't know if any of you guys are like that, or your families are like that. Maybe some of you live away from family. Maybe some of you live close to family, or you travel back and forth. We all know the holiday season is a busy time of year. It's a busy season. And as I get a little more comfortable here in this chair, I can talk a little bit about what's been going on and what's happening. So a couple of updates from Garage Guys. Number one, recently we have been doing some work, obviously, with NASCAR Ignition 21, NASCAR Heat, basically motorsport games. Been a lot of flack about the video game, and I get it. I hear it all the time. People, and there's some things. I'm not trying to be, too much of a pusher man here. I mean, there are definitely things about the game that could be better, that I feel like, but there are definitely elements of it where if you're just a basic dude that likes to run cars on track and race, you can do that. Okay, if you're not too worried about making it super realistic, it's a great time. All right, I've been playing it some myself on Xbox, and I enjoy it. I especially enjoy the paint scheme. All right, they have Chase Elliott's Hooters throwback Alan Kawicki scheme on there. I've been running the piss out of it. All right, at Vegas. Vegas is my favorite track on NASCAR Heat, on NASCAR Ignition 21. So you have seen that I've released a playlist. That playlist is for not just for Heat or Ignition, which kind of is, but it's for anytime during the day. If you haven't downloaded the Spotify playlist yet, go check that out. It's called Race Jams by Garage Guy Chase. Pretty awesome. Everybody knows I love music, big into the music scene, all creative fronts. So getting to put that together and kind of partner with them on that was cool. So go run some video game NASCAR. Listen to that. It's heavily based around the funk genre and not funk with an F. Not trying to, listen to Bootsy Collins while I run NASCARs. A lot of new artists that a lot of you might not have heard of, such as like Last Century. There's a couple other guys out there, Von Storm, that I enjoy. Got some Big Baby Scumbag on there. Shout out to him. Got some Scro guy that I actually found on Instagram because he had covered a song that I loved growing up in the hardcore scene. Band was called I Set My Friends on Fire, and don't condone that behavior, but great band. And actually one of the band members is in NASCAR now. His name is Nate, and he does some work with Joe Graff Jr. So that's pretty dope. Got to meet him. So it's been really cool to kind of talk with him and get to know him a little more. But essentially, good music that I enjoy. Might not be everybody's cup of tea. Don't really care, but it's there. So go give it a like, download it, listen to it, whatever it takes. Also got the homie Glassmain, all right, with 2 X's. So it looks like Glax, but it's Glassmain, new artist in the funk scene. So he just dropped on Spotify. He may or may not record music in this room as well. So yeah, a little bit of best friend promotion right there. So you didn't hear it from me, but you did, kind of, because you're hearing it from this podcast. You're probably also wondering, when's the NASCAR talk going to start? Don't worry, we'll get there. That's what the skip button's for. So if you don't want to hear this, you don't have to. It's my favorite feature in life, because when you tune in to the show and I'm solo, I'm just going to talk. And that's just basically how it goes. But I do want to talk a little bit more about the motorsport games, NASCAR. We're doing a giveaway right now. If you get over to our Garage Guys Twitter at Garage Guys FS, get over there right now and go retweet that and just say what console you use, whether it be Xbox, PlayStation, PC. I'm going to be giving away those copies. So Dale and I have it all laid out. We're going to pretty much give away those on Friday, which will be this Friday. Should be December. I'm terrible with dates. Don't blame me. Please don't murder me. I have not been keeping up with dates. The 24th, so Christmas Eve. So a little Christmas gift. You'll get the game. So I'm giving away 3 of them. So PC user, Xbox user, PlayStation 4 user will all get a free copy of NASCAR Ignition 21. You'll be able to decide for yourself whether it's something you want to play or you don't want to play, and you don't have to pay money for it. So all you have to do is follow us, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and literally just tag a friend and let us know what you play on, and you're entered. It's that simple. But again, have played the game, decently enjoyable. There's still a lot that I have to look through to test it out. I've only had a couple hours to play it, but I did some basic gameplay. The one thing that I will say about the game that annoys me is the fact that there's this guy, which is your crew chief, and you just have to keep looking back and forth at him. He just stares at you. So a little food for thought. I love all my homies at Motorsport Games. You got to tell that dude to chill out a little bit, just a little bit, because that dude just be staring at you, hard pressed. All right. Like, he's not giving up. Like he looks through your soul. And in that moment, you're just like, bro, I'm just here to race. I just want to race car. That's all I want to do. I don't have no shit with you. I don't have any beef with you. Like, just stop looking at me. All right. Like, Billy Madison, stop looking at me, Swan. That's how I feel about that guy. So really the only thing about that I don't like that guy that much. I don't like that crew chief. Maybe you should be able to pick your own crew chief. Maybe you should decide if you want to play with a tablet or if you just want him to play with the tablet. I don't know. If you've played the game, you understand that reference. If you haven't played the game, go enter to win a free copy and you'll see what I'm talking about. But I have been playing a shit ton of NASCAR Heat lately. I will say that I've been tearing it up on career mode. Got the Nintendo Switch right here. That's another one of the motorsports games releases that I will say, like, I don't have an Xbox at the house, but I have a Switch at the house. And so this has literally been on my Switch for just days on days. I think I'm like 5 years into a simulation in the Xfinity series right now. Just started getting some started a Cup Series team, just racking in cash, racing. Bobby Del Terry, that's who's racing. It's not Chase Holden, it's Bobby Del Terry. So Bobby Del Terry's having a great career. He's competing for a truck and Xfinity Series championship right now. So shout out to Bobby Del Terry. And yes, I play on expert mode. So there's that. Challenge me. We'll see what's up. I do want to see more people get on the Switch version of it though. Like we need some more online players. So if you have a Nintendo Switch this holiday season and you're trying to figure out a new game to get, just get NASCAR Heat. It's on there. All right. I'm not gonna play it here because if I do, I won't talk much. But yeah, so that's some of that right there. That's some news in motorsport games. Give it a chance. Have some fun with it. Decide for yourself, whatever. If you're just going to be a hardcore elitist, just act like it never happened and just go play fucking iRacing. The end. It's that simple. It's that simple. Moving on to more the heavier topics going on right now in the NASCAR world. A lot to unpack. So obviously you get the Christmas gift of possibly winning a free copy of a video game, NASCAR. Also, gift for NASCAR fans, 670 horsepower package is legit. It's real and it is happening. And I don't know how much like or how many times I can just hit the like button in real life on Steve O'Donnell and Phelps and everyone involved in the top levels of NASCAR. The drivers are happy. Fans right now, fans are happy. They'll find something to get mad about. Don't worry. We know how you all roll, okay? I may have been guilty of it a time or two, but I'm pretty easy to please. Just give me some cars, just make them go, and just make it fun, and let me put some money on them, and let me pull for my guys. That's the way that I like to look at it. Just bring a little Winston back. Have a good balance, a good party. Okay, so I was reading some articles about it over on TobyChristie.com. Michael Carey wrote it up, kind of going over everything that we're going to be seeing. So 670 horsepower, 4-inch spoiler, kind of big motor, small blade. Okay, 4-inch. So everyone has just been geeked out. We're going to be going back to high horsepower, low downforce, which is amazing. The package looked pretty good. It ran pretty damn good. I watched some of the next gen texting at Charlotte when everybody was packed together, so it was pretty awesome to see that. I know Kurt Busch was one of the ones that were up top. Everybody was geeked out over it. There was a lot of people been geeking out. Okay, it's okay to geek out. It's the holiday season. NASCAR season is not in swing. Like, we need something. Of all the sports leagues out there, I feel like NASCAR fans have the hardest time in their off season because it's only about a month and a half long. Okay, that's the biggest tease in the world. At least when football's over, people are craving more, but you kind of get lost in it because you got the summer and everything else going on. NASCAR is like the winter time. People get seasonal depression. And then if you don't have fast cars to bet money on, you start betting money on other sports, kind of like what I've been doing a little bit. You find out that not everything is as fun to bet on as NASCAR, because if you don't know as much about it, you will lose your ass. And I have done some of that this offseason. So kind of chilled out with betting for a little bit. Dale still got 69 with Dale. We're counting down to the Busch Clash in LA, which, by the way, we found out that's going to cost $1 million. That's a lot of money. This is a big project. You don't just spend $1 million and not do that more than once. So I'm looking forward to seeing what that could turn into, if anything more than just a clash. And if it's just a clash, that's fine. That's okay. That's great. I think it's cool as shit that a legendary historic location is getting that, and they're putting that kind of money into it, getting that kind of overhaul. So I cannot wait to get to LA in February. Never been to Cali. I don't know what to expect. I can't wait to get over there and get to be a part of that, which is going to be incredible. And there's no telling who's going to show up or how it's going to go. But, with the 670 horsepower package news for all the intermediates, they still have testing left to do at super speedway. So Daytona and Talladega, they still got to test that. And Atlanta's getting a brand new repave, so it's supposed to run more like a super speedway. So we've got to wait to see what happens. I hope to God they leave 670 on that. We haven't seen what it looks like yet, but I'm going to tell you this right now. If it looks how I think it's going to look in my head, that place is going to basically turn into from Atlanta Motor Speedway to NASA Space Center, Atlanta. That's what it's going to be, because it's just going to be rocket ships zooming. And I love the thought of that. So unpacking a little bit more for what we do know right now, a little less speculation. Brad Kay was a big advocate for this change, and he had a lot to say about it. He said it reminds him of how some of these Cup cars ran back in the Gap, which is always a good thing to hear. Some of the biggest times in NASCAR were, the 90s and the early 2000s. That was when the sport was at its peak. And, to hear that we may be marching back towards that now with these cars, that's one product of it. You still have to have other things involved, culture being a big one, which is why we want to bring Winston back. And that's what that means for anyone that needs to know. We're not trying to make it the Winston Cup series, literally. Okay. I feel like I need to clear that up sometimes, because I feel like some people get it confused. But, having Brad say that about the car, having multiple drivers come out and talk about how it's harder to drive. I mean, we've seen a couple of guys just like get sideways and they're having a tough time kind of adapting to it. I know Reddick's been one of the guys that is kind of like taking the car for a little bit of a spin. Austin Dillon, I think they're like the two that have actually like wrecked in testing. And there may have been a couple more. I know Ricky Stenhouse had a little bit of trouble, and a couple other drivers. I don't have all the stats pulled up right in front of me, because I usually just do these off the hip and my judgment. Big film guy. Just talk about what I see. So I'm just excited because it looks like the racing is going to be more difficult for one, and it looks cool. It looks really cool. It looks like it's going to be a great product. So I'm excited to see what comes of it and how the super speedway testing goes. We're probably going to be at Chili Bowl during Daytona testing. I want to say it's like the January 10th or 11th. So Chili Bowl starts that week in Oklahoma. Dale and I should be out there. Would love to be able to get to Daytona for that, though. So if there's a way that we end up doing that, I might skip a couple of Chili Bowl days to be there for that, because I think that would be sick. And I just want to be involved. Toby Christie has been out in Charlotte doing a lot of coverage of next gen testing. So get over to tobychristie.com. Check out all the videos they have. They have a YouTube channel as well. He's got a lot of videos posted up, and I mean, he's right there in the scene. If we were in Charlotte, I'd probably be there with him, but they'd probably kick me out because I'd probably be distracting, because I would be just, doing my normal garage guy shit. So I'd be having fun. I hate that they took away the inside of the garage where they're working, because I can't do my voiceovers anymore. So looking forward to doing those a little bit more. But just overall, I'm excited for NASCAR, because it seems like the fans are happy, the drivers are happy, the corporate guys are happy. That means that it's going to have a fresh appeal, and that's what we need more than anything right now going into 2022. Is we want to blow the roof off with the sport. And I know there's more than just myself that wants to see that for NASCAR. So really excited. Cannot wait until February for the Daytona 500 with these new cars, and just getting to be back around all the homies and everybody in the garage fam that's going to be out in Daytona. Cannot wait to see how it shakes out and what we get in the next few weeks after the holiday season. I mainly want to see a lot of new cool sponsors come in, which leads me to my next topic. We're losing a very old sponsor. Joe Gibbs Racing came out and announced that M&Ms, Mars, Snickers, Skittles, all of it, it's gone. It's leaving after this year. This is going to be the last year Kyle Busch runs a Mars car. And there's been some speculation. There's people on Twitter saying, oh, it's because of the number placement. You're an idiot. That's all I need to say to that. Number two, I have, thought about, maybe with the trajectory NASCAR has been on, there's no telling what goes on in these boardrooms at these big companies, especially the ones of the companies that have been involved in the sport for a very long time. And I can see where, after his comments in Martinsville could have maybe swayed them in a direction. I can see maybe where him not winning as much could have swayed him in a direction. Because, he really did. He had his worst season ever in 2020. And it was definitely better in 2021. He got a few wins. Wasn't anything super spectacular, but you got to wonder, is it just because of budgeting? Like, is it because they don't just see it as a viable marketing tool anymore? There's all kinds of different things you can speculate. I guess we don't really know until we know. I read a couple of articles online about it, just going to kind of go over a few of them. Nothing too, in depth, just your basic rah-rah prepared quotes of how thankful and how we love them and this and that. And I don't want to downplay that by any means, because there are a ton of fans that are addicted to the paint schemes and just having that brand in NASCAR for so long, and let a lot of kids that are now adults into the sport. I've seen some people talk about, back when it was ran by Derek Cope, Ernie Irvin, those guys, that really kind of brought it out and be like, oh, this makes me want to watch NASCAR. These cars look great. I can remember the old 36 car back in the Gap. I think Ken Schrader ran it at one time. So there was a lot of legends that ran, the Mars company. And so to see it go, I guess it is kind of a sad thing. I guess for me, it's not as sad. I never was a super big fan of the candy cars. But money wise, financially wise, Joe Gibbs, they need good sponsors. They're not. I don't think Joe Gibbs is a billionaire. He's got money. Papa Joe got some money, bro. It costs a lot to be printing them pamphlets out. Them Game Plan for Life pamphlets don't pay for themselves. So you got to have some capital. But it's interesting now because, Interstate Batteries, Saul and Toby Christie were Interstate Batteries is going to be, they've renewed. They're good, which is dope. To me, when I think of the 18, I think of Bobby Labonte, Interstate Batteries, that green, them lightning bolts, that's what I think about. And so I hope to see that be more of a primary for Kyle. And if they do bring in a new sponsor, I've got some ideas. Okay. I think it's time to bring a new age nicotine, a little more of an adult product into play. Maybe, this car has been wrapped with candy for years. Every child, including my own in NASCAR, that it gets exposed to NASCAR is immediately a Kyle Busch fan without even knowing who Kyle Busch is, unless their parents persuade them to like Chase Elliott, which usually that's about the only two things that happen statistically, I would say. But yeah, my child didn't know anything about NASCAR. I introduced my child to NASCAR. He sees the M&Ms car, immediate fan. Doesn't even know Kyle Busch. Doesn't even know. He just likes M&Ms. Kids like candy. It's an easy buy-in. That's gone now. How do we reflect Kyle Busch's personality with a sponsor? A lot of people were saying Rowdy Energy needs to be a sponsor. Kyle Busch is not going to pay that much money to run his own car all the time. Essentially, that would be coming out of Joe Gibbs' pocket, his own pocket, to wrap that car like that. There may be a race or two where I see him doing the Rowdy Energy car. No more than that, probably. Get this man a nicotine sponsor. Okay. There's a lot. You don't want to do tobacco. That's fine. There's a lot of great alternatives out there. If there's a Views car in IndyCar, there is a Views car in IndyCar, by the way. I've seen it. That's a vape car. Okay. I used to joke around all the time and say, Kyle Busch needs to run the Jewel car. Okay. He's definitely like, people want to compare him to Dale Earnhardt. Dale Earnhardt drove the black car, good wrench, kids ain't driving trucks, bro. Kids don't drive trucks till they're like 16. That's a man's car. You know what I'm saying? Like, you look at that car, you either like the colors or you just like, that's a man. That's my guy. He's out here. He don't give a fuck. He's running. If you get that on Kyle Busch's car, I'm telling you, that's going to spike some interest. There's a lot of good products out there. And I don't want to be a sponsored plug because none of these companies pay me any money. But I'm just saying, you got Juul, you got the new nicotine pouches. They got like 5 different brands of them now. There's all kinds of options out there. Jeff Gordon ran a Nicorette car. I saw it. I saw them all in eyes. You don't want to bring Winston back and putting cigarettes on the cars. You don't have to. You got nicotine. Think about it. Kyle Busch, 18 car, man sponsor. Just make it a manly sponsor. That's all I'm saying. An adult sponsor. Don't want to cut off, got to be gender neutral here. Making an adult sponsor. Okay. I'm not saying like Pornhub, but like adult stuff, things that adults use on a daily basis. I don't really know anything else. Like, my brain has just been geared to be like, need nicotine car so that people will pass out free nicotine stuff at races. Because when you run out of dip or smokes at a race, can't buy them. Not many places to buy them. You're fucked. And then you're just fiending and you're just mad. You're just angry. If you've ever ran out of dip or cigarettes at a race, you know what I mean. It's not a fun feeling. I've been there once. Never let it happen again. I bought cartons on the tour. Real shit. Did not want that to happen to me, especially at Dega. You don't want that to happen at Dega. Okay, you got to get in the car, fight traffic, go all the way up the road. All right, I mean up the road. Literally, you're in like a bumfuck Egypt out there. Okay, get a nicotine sponsor. Want to pass out some nicotine to the grown-ups. End of story. If you didn't want to go that route, Kevin Harvick, your time is up. Put the Busch car on Kyle Busch. Okay, find a way for Joe Gibbs to get a hold of Anheuser, and let's finally see it before he retires. Put Busch into Busch. Busch on Busch. That's another one that we really need to see, okay? Like, I've heard that one, and I mean, it's kind of dead in the water. No one really talks about it anymore. But imagine the possibilities, the commercials that you could get from this. Busch on Busch, okay? The Bushman, the Busch, that guy immediately becomes Kyle Busch. And he don't give a shit. He'll be out in the woods. He'll say Busch. He'll do it, okay? Plus, he could probably cut a lot of costs by using Busch cans that are unwrapped and unlabeled for Rowdy Energy. Tall boys, think about it. There's a lot to gain from him having an adult sponsor, whether it be beer, whether it be nicotine, or whatever else, car parts, just not the Toyota Cares. And if it is Toyota Cares, please make it look cooler, maybe like a Tundra scheme. Tundra has come a long way, and Tacomas, okay? Kind of like the Tundras and the Tacomas. If Toyota wants to step up to the plate and help this man out for 2023, and that's even if he stays. There's people already saying that he may retire. So there's really no telling. But I feel like I've thoroughly covered that enough. Candy's gone. Okay? It's sad for some people. Not really for me, but for some people, I get it. You got to go buy new clothes, all new fan gear, and you know how many jerseys I've had that just hang in the closet of like a player I'll get, and then he gets traded to another team for the NFL. I got like 6 of them You still wear them. You'll always still wear M&M stuff. And especially with the surging market of vintage. I mean, you know us, garage guys, we always rocking that vintage gear, man. I mean, like I'll throw on an Ernie Irvin. I'll throw on the Ken Schrader M&Ms. I got no problem with that. I actually lucked up. I got a Kyle Busch M&Ms all over print shirt at Talladega. I'll probably wear that when I'm like 40. Why not? It'll be a throwback. So I guess to wrap all this up for this topic, sponsors come and go. NASCAR is forever. That's all there is. That's all there is to say. That's all there is to say. So thank you, Mars, for supporting NASCAR as long as you did. We will find new blood in the market as we continue to grow this amazing sport that we call NASCAR. Moving forward from that, a little bit of other news that came out this past week, and I guess it really isn't NASCAR, but racing related. Lewis Hamilton did not show up to like the F1 event show. I don't know much about F1. So if you're an F1 fan and you're listening to this, you're going to automatically judge me, and I don't care. So check this out. Lewis Hamilton didn't show. Lewis Hamilton was pissed because Max Verstappen won, the championship in Abu Dhabi. Okay. So there was some articles coming out about this guy, the guy that wrecked, that made the safety car, came out. I think so. Yeah. His name, he had a different name, and it's only because I don't say his name a lot. I don't remember it. So I got my phone here and I'm looking at it. Latifi. Kind of sounds like a Lion King character. Like Rafiki. So it reminded me of Nicholas Latifi. I don't know. I may be fucking that up. I don't know. Sorry if I am to you, if you even ever listen to this one day. So he's getting like death threats because of that safety car thing. I don't know if Lewis Hamilton's came out and said anything, but fans are crazy. So that makes me feel good about being a NASCAR fan. That whole race actually makes me feel good about being a NASCAR fan. There was so much shit in that race that I just found just questionable. And I was just like, how is this entertaining? Like, I mean, I get they're going fast, bro. Like they flying. Like that's I think that's the one thing about it, is the element at any moment they could probably die. Because the cars they say the cars are safe. And I mean, we've seen some pretty violent wrecks. I mean, we saw like Verstappen like on top of Hamilton earlier in the year. And I get that, like, yeah, that's some dangerous shit. They flying, them cars are moving. But at the same time, the products, I don't know. I feel like Netflix did them a lot of help. I'm just going to say that much about it and I just, let NASCAR get that show and let's see what things look like right now. That's all I'm saying. But Hamilton is not responding to a lot of F1 shit, and people are wondering if he's even going to come back to F1. Lewis Hamilton is one of the greatest race car drivers in the world, and he will be marked down in history as a 7-time champion at his auto racing craft, racing F1 cars. I don't care who you are. I don't care what you think. Man is a legend because he has mastered his sport, and you got to give him that credit. Now, there was a tweet that came out last night from David Land, basically asking, where does Lewis Hamilton go? And I was just kind of fucking around, just joking, just doing my normal thing. And I was like, World of Outlaws. Yeah. He's gonna go do him a little bit of bumping and scooting out on the dirt. That's what I want to see. I want to see Lewis Hamilton on dirt. And it kind of got a little bit of traction, and there was some people like commenting on it and stuff. And finally, I'm just like, you know what? Fuck it. Hey, this would be cool to see. I want to see it. Do you want to see it? You probably said, yeah. Wherever you are right now, you probably said, yeah, I'd like to see that. So I want to do a call to action. Okay. Right now on this show, on Garage Guys, I want to do a call to action to Lewis Hamilton. Lewis. Okay. If you watch this and you see this, I'm asking you, okay, come to Tulsa in a couple weeks and go to the Chili Bowl. Just show up. If you want to race it, that's even better. If you want to race the Chili Bowl, there are millions of guys right now, maybe not millions, but there are a lot of people that would put your ass in a car to race the Chili Bowl. Race the Chili Bowl. If you don't want to race it, that's fine. Show up. Hey, Kyle Larson came to your championship. He came there. Can't say he didn't. Can't say he didn't. Come to Chili Bowl, bro. Come to the Chili Bowl. Hey, Lewis. Come to Chili Bowl. All right. I'll hook it up. I'll get you there. I'll do whatever we need to do. Accommodate you whatever way you need to be accommodated. Come to the Chili Bowl. If you want to race it, we'll figure it out. If you just want to show up, come stay. Bro, look, straight up. I will take care of your ass. I will put you up in the best Western, dude. It don't get better than that in Oklahoma. All right? We'll take care of you, bro. So I got it like that. I'll put your ass up in the best Western. All right? Top of the line hotels in Oklahoma and in America. I got it like that, bro. Come on, Lewis. Hey, come to Chili Bowl. All right, that was me asking Lewis Hamilton to come to Chili Bowl. You'll see that on social media, guaranteed. So, you know, a lot of y'all might be wondering, like, did I just do all that just for social media? The answer, yes. I'm going to make a video of that, 100%. So, aside from that, yeah, I guess I can see where the dude's mad. But, you know, I'm a big Red Bull fan. I like Red Bull. I drink Red Bull sometimes. It's pretty good. So when I look at F1, I'm just like, I don't know any of these dudes. I've heard of Lewis Hamilton. I'll drive Mercedes. You know, I didn't grow up. I didn't have the luxury of riding around in Mercedes. So I'm not just going to pull for Mercedes. Like, I don't really like Mercedes like that. Like, you see them, I think about, like, you know, big timers. You know, I think about like Master P, like whipping in the Mercedes, you know, back in the day. And then the Suburban truck came out. That's a Chevy Avalanche for those of you that are not familiar with New Orleans rap in the early 2000s. All right. So, you know, I didn't really care about Mercedes-Benz. So I see a Red Bull car. I'm like, that's the guy. Max Verstappen happened to be that dude. I'm happy the dude won. I think it's cool he got his first championship. So shout out to Max. Don't threaten the Latifi guy. Okay? You crazy fucking F1 fans. Like, don't do it. Like, you're worse than NASCAR fans. People need to condemn them. Okay? We get shit on all the time. Being rednecks and stupid. Like, y'all don't do your due diligence. So you know what? I'm not going to do mine. Y'all are some fucking savages and not in a good way. So stop wishing death upon a man because he had a wreck. Get the fuck over it. And that's all I have to say about that one, because I ain't trying to talk about F1 no more. But yeah, I get in summary, in conclusion, this has been like an update episode. You know, Christmas is coming up. I wish everybody in the Garage Fam a Merry Christmas. I hope everybody gets what they want for Christmas this year. And just, I love you guys. I feel like I haven't just got to talk to you guys in a minute. We've been doing garage talks and so busy trying to get everything ready for 2022. Lots coming up. Just real quick again, you know, if you haven't yet, go check out tobychristie.com. Go subscribe to the RSS feed, subscribe to the YouTube page. We're going to be doing all of our work at tobychristie.com in 2022. That's right. Garage Guys is moving to Toby Christie. We now are under the Toby Christie wing. All of our DFS betting content will be right there on that website. So go ahead and get familiar with it. We've got some great people there, and just still learning a lot about the community, and the camaraderie is being built. Put it that way. It's being built, and it's going to continue building. Can't wait to see what transpires over the next couple of months as we get ready for Daytona. Again, shout out to Hooters. You know, go have a Hooters. A happy Hooters Christmas. Use promo code Garage Guys. $10 off any order, $30 or more. Ordering to go. Or the Hooters app. HootersToGo.com. Hooters app. Valid at participating locations. Deliver your carryout orders only. Remember that fine print. Just, yeah, good talk. Good talk. Glad we had it. So, love you guys. This has been Garage Guy Chase, Garage Guys NASCAR podcast. And we'll see you after Christmas. Going to be putting together a little episode recapping 2021 and all of the amazing adventures that we have had this year that we couldn't have done without the support of each and every one of you that watch this on YouTube and listen on Apple and Spotify and every other podcast platform out there. Can't thank you guys enough for everything that you guys have done and are showing, and just for the love that you guys give us. I hope that some of you that didn't get to go to races find a way out in 2022. This is the last time you're going to be talked to, 2022 or 2021 from me. So see you next year. And God bless everyone. Tiny Tim said that. I'm just rambling at this point because I really don't want to get off the mic, but I got to get off the mic. I got to go home. I got to go eat. Got a busy week. I got to go see the family, see the kid, go argue about shit I don't want to argue about, watch some football, chill. But yeah, it's been a show. It's been a year, 2021. Love you guys. Sports Profit. Repeat.
It's the Garage Guys. 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 It's the Garage Guys.